BTS and Taylor Swift snubbed by Grammys and Twitter reacts.
Fans speculate that Keeping Up with the Kardashians is coming to an end.
And Scooter Braun is skipping the AMAs.
Oh, all that and more on today's Daily Hollywood Rundown.
Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of the Daily Hollywood Rundown. I'm Emile Ennis Jr.
And I'm Sussan Morad, you guys. And today in LA, it is such a moody day, right?
Yeah.
It is like raining outside. We had thunder earlier today. It's super gray, which is really rare. That never really happens.
I mean, but you have to set the mood for a hump day.
A hump day, yeah, there you go. There you go.
And you know what happens on hump day on DHR?
Nothing! Well, actually, no, we are here giving
we're gonna give you
plenty
news.
of hot tea
Yeah.
to keep you warm and snuggly. And if you're watching this somewhere warm, then we'll keep you cool.
Yeah,
I guess.
kind of.
But you guys, we're going to jump straight into it with our very first story that's about Gigi, Hadid and Zayn Malik.
So Gigi and Zayn have a lot of history and it looks like they may be reigniting that flame, or at least talking again. It looks like Gigi Hadid and her famous boo Zayn Malik have allegedly reconnected following her split from Bachelor runner-up and model Tyler Cameron. Sources from E! News revealed that Gigi, quote, has always had a soft spot for Zayn and they have a lot of history together. Now you may remember that the two publicly announced that they were splitting via Twitter in March of last year. At the time, Zayn tweeted, quote, Gigi and I had an incredibly meaningful, loving, and fun relationship, and I have a huge amount of respect and adoration for Gigi as a woman and as a friend. She has such an incredible soul. I'm grateful to all of our fans for respecting this difficult decision and our privacy at this time. We wish this news could have come from us first. We love you all. Now, Gigi did express the same sentiments, but with a different bit of wording. But now things could be turning around because the source went on to say they went through a phase where they took time apart and weren't communicating at all, but they have been in touch recently. She is supportive of him. They chat here and there, but it's been casual. Well, we're definitely glad to know that they're supportive of each other and talking, but if anyone is thinking that they will rekindle romantically, then don't get your hopes up because a source also told E! that fans shouldn't get their hopes up about any romantic reconciliation at this point, saying they are definitely not getting back together, but are on good terms right now.
Never say never.
Seriously though, I remember when they first made their debut at the Met Gala carpet, and it was like a moment. No, that was one of my favorite couples, honestly. I thought they were so beautiful together, but obviously things don't always work out, and you know, I really love when people can still remain friends after the split. So.
I love that, and Gigi seems to be such a supporter of Zayn with everything that he's been going through, and she continues to be, and you know, we can only hope, but if they're happy not together, then we're happy too. We're just happy. Everyone's happy.
Right. So Sussan, obviously today was a big day because Grammy nominations came out, and even though we are celebrating quite a few artists, there are some fandoms that are upset because their favorite artists did not necessarily receive the nominations they thought they should, or any nominations at all. So let's just say Swifties and ARMY are furious. Now before we get into Taylor Swift's Lover being snubbed for Album of the Year, we're gonna start with BTS because at least Taylor did get some nominations. One fan said, someone tell me how BTS didn't get any Grammy nominations. Like, Map of the Soul Persona sold over 4 million copies, a mini album, had the most views for their music video, had more impact than a majority of artists this year. Someone else said, BTS fans, let me tell the facts. They'll never nominate BTS for Grammys or Album of the Year. The music isn't in English and they are biased towards English artists. Grammys are insecure to let minorities win. When was the last time you saw Asians win a Grammy? The show is rigged. But it's not just fans. Halsey actually spoke out regarding Grammy nominations with multiple tweets. She said, congrats to the nominees. So much great music nominated this year. Definitely see a lot of my friends and colleagues missing from the nom list. But the music speaks. This is how it goes every year, right? So many of her fans were shocked that she was snubbed, but then after telling her fans to not be upset regarding her snub and some criticism that she was receiving, some BTS fans were upset because they felt that she wasn't speaking up for them regarding their snub. She initially responded to a critical tweet about her before deleting her tweet saying, I just woke up and the biggest song of my career wasn't nominated either. Can you guys not take your anger out on me for once? Or she came back a few tweets later defending BTS's snub and said, deleting and ignoring all negativity, BTS deserves many nominations. I am, however, unsurprised that they weren't acknowledged. The US is so far behind on the whole movement. The time will come. But moving on to Taylor Swift, she's celebrating because she received 3 nominations for Song of the Year for Lover, Best Pop Solo Performance for You Need to Calm Down, and her album Lover is nominated for Best Pop Vocal Album. She posted this to her Insta story saying, "Lover is nominated for Song of the Year at the Grammys. Wrote this one alone in a quiet moment, and seeing it honored in the Song of the Year category by my peers means so much. Wow, 3 noms, guys." However, fans are upset that she was snubbed for Album of the Year. One fan tweeted, "So the Grammys have snubbed Taylor Swift's Lover for Album of the Year again for the 2nd year in a row. Swifties, we march at dawn." And someone else said, "I know Taylor has more Grammys than she can hold, but how is her critically acclaimed Lover snubbed for Album of the Year? It should have been her 4th nomination for Album of the Year, and she should have had the chance to become the first female solo artist to win Album of the Year 3 times. Yeah, we're a little confused, but we have to quickly talk about some of the most nominated artists, starting with Lizzo, who's celebrating 8 nominations, including Album of the Year, Best New Artist and Song of the Year, but 2 of our other faves, Billie Eilish and Lil Nas X, earned 6 nominations. Also, Billie is officially the youngest artist to be nominated in all of the big 4 categories. So I completely get where fans are coming from with this, and you know, there always needs to be these conversations had, because when you have the Academy voting, you need to make sure that you have an accurate representation of people who can vote in a way where you're not missing out just because they don't understand or identify or connect with the music, whatever the reason
I couldn't
is.
believe BTS wasn't in the lineup. It just doesn't make any sense to me, and also so confused about Taylor Swift's Album of the Year, as well as BTS's Map of the Soul Persona, because they're such successful albums and the music makes such a huge impact, so it's always really confusing to know, what do they actually do? How do they determine? I have no idea. I'm sure it's not as simple as, well, this person sold this many albums, but it's like, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, maybe, you know, was it the Oscars? They did their switch up with some of the Academy and inviting some new members. So maybe it's time that the Recording Academy do the same thing and really open it up to maybe a younger demo.
Yeah, but for those artists that did get nominated as well, congratulations, because it is huge, and so many of our faves also did get nominated, so we cannot wait for the Grammys, but it's so far away, Emile. It's like 2020.
I know.
All right, so speaking of awards shows, we have an update on the whole Taylor Swift, Scooter Braun drama, and it looks like Scooter is skipping the AMAs. So unless you've been living under a rock, you would know that there has been some major drama going down between Taylor Swift and Scooter Braun / Scott Borchetta regarding Taylor being able to sing any of her old songs at this weekend's AMAs, as she takes home the Artist of the Decade award. So if you've been following, you would know that Big Machine recently released a second statement saying that Taylor could now sing any of her songs at the AMAs, which, to be honest, seemed a little strange considering they initially said they never told her that she couldn't anyway. Anyway, so while we now know that Taylor can perform any of her songs at the AMAs, Scooter Braun has decided that showing his face at the American Music Awards on Sunday night just isn't a good idea. And you know what? That's probably a good move. Sources told TMZ that Scooter is not attending this week's awards show and that apparently he never planned to anyway. Instead, he'll be in Tampa, Florida, supporting one of his hugely successful artists, Ariana Grande. Which I guess means Ari isn't going to be attending the show either, despite the fact she's nominated in the top category for Artist of the Year, which is an absolute bummer. But back to the more pressing matter. Scooter is going to be a no-show, and like we said, that's probably for the best because the manager isn't exactly one of the most well-loved people at the moment in the music industry, especially with Swifties. And as we know and already mentioned, the 2019 AMAs are a big show for Taylor because she's going to be presented with the Artist of the Decade award. But if you think this will stop Taylor from speaking out on the battle, you haven't been paying attention. Using an awards show stage to express her feelings on issues that are important to her is pretty much the singer's signature boss babe move. She's used her platform like this on more than one occasion, including at this year's MTV VMAs. So while Taylor hasn't come out to say anything specifically just yet on the latest news, come Sunday, we're standing by to watch every move and every lyric and to see how she will use her platform to address everything that's happened in the lead up to the show. Do you remember that time we saw Taylor Swift perform and she did the Shake It Off and she said, "To the liars and the dirty, dirty cheats of the world," when all the drama was going on at the time, which was absolutely like an iconic moment.
Yeah.
And I cannot wait to see what she does this Sunday at the AMAs because, man, it's been a roller coaster this last week with can she perform, can she not perform, will she perform some of her old songs? And we're gonna have to wait until Sunday because I think she's definitely gonna use the platform to speak her mind.
Yeah.
Emile. So, Keeping Up with the Kardashians has been like one of the longest running reality shows on television. It's in its 17th season, but fans are now speculating that they think this is actually the last season and that it's not coming back. We're currently in season 17 of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, and this December, that season will come to an end. But with the current season ending next month, a number of fans are speculating about whether it will actually be renewed for another season. Many fans think that this season is actually the last for the reality show, and they are pointing to a number of so-called clues to support this. Starting off with Kourtney announcing that she is taking a big step back. Now, Kourtney confirmed to Entertainment Tonight that she was taking a backseat role in the show from now on, saying, quote, "I just decided to spend more time as a mum and put more of my energy there." But she won't be completely out of the loop. She went on to say, "But I'm not saying goodbye. I think you'll have to see more of it on the new season. It isn't airing yet, but it's being filmed, currently in this room." Okay, well, we need to point out that while Kourtney taking a step back is one of the reasons people think the show is ending, she did also just say in that same interview that there is a new season actually being filmed. So that's something that we need to kind of bear in mind. But moving on to another factor, it looks like Khloe and True are getting their very own show. Khloe teased the show focused on her relationship with her daughter True during this past weekend's Keeping Up episode, and fans are already invested. In the clip, Khloe invites some TV execs into her house for a meeting with her mama Kris, and she tells us this.
My mom and I are having a meeting with some producers that we're in talks with about helping me finalize the show that I'm developing.
After our last meeting, we went back to the drawing board and kind of put together the schedule because we want to shoot and put this on the internet as soon as possible.
So do you see this being filmed at Khloe's house?
Yeah, at the house, and then kind of just seeing mom and daughter out and about, kind of just letting the world see like little snippets.
And can we just say we would be totally down for this kind of show? And as a fans who have taken to social media to say things like, "Khloe Kardashian, hope you and True get a spin-off show. That would be so amazing." And Khloe and True for a TV show is the best idea. So yeah, based on Khloe saying it's a show she's finalizing, it sounds like it might be a done deal. So it's not surprising that this is another reason some fans think the series is not going ahead for another season. Of course, a majority of the Kardashian clan also have young children, which no doubt is something that would have an impact. Also, the fact that Kim and Kanye are ever evolving, with Kanye becoming more spiritual and religious with his Sunday service and comments, and Kim taking a serious interest in law and matters of reform, these transformations could also change Kim's views on continuing with the show down the track. However, we're not exactly sure that all of these things we've mentioned are enough to confirm that the show isn't going to go ahead for another season. I mean, with the show being such a huge success, and let's face it, it's made the family very rich, they would be thinking long and hard before making a decision about giving that all up. I don't know, Emile, what do you think? I feel like all these things that have been mentioned that fans are speculating are things that could point to the fact that the show might not go ahead for another season. I feel like they're not strong enough reasons for me to be like, yeah, it's definitely coming to an end. I feel like the show's been such a huge success, and every year we speculate about whether or not it's going to come back. And you know what? Mama Kris signs that big deal and it comes back every year.
Yeah, I definitely don't think the show's ending. Of course, we'll have to wait and see, but I am excited for a Khloe True spinoff. So if that actually comes, then we are here for it. All right, guys, it's time for the final rundown. 1 minute and 30 seconds starting now. Zac Efron has a new series coming out on Quibi. So Zac Efron is bringing a survival series to streaming service Quibi. The series is called Killing Zac Efron and will follow Zac heading deep into the jungle of a remote island for 21 days as he literally drops off the grid. And apparently all that he will take with him is basic gear and a guide partner, plus a camera crew, of course, and his abs. In a statement about the series, Zac said, "I tend to thrive under extreme circumstances and seek out opportunities that challenge me on every level. I'm excited to explore any uncharted territory and discover what unexpected adventure waits." And we can't wait for that one.
We certainly cannot wait. And while we're still hot on the Grammys nominations, our girl Ariana had the sweetest responses on her 5 noms. Ari shared a series of tweets, first tweeting, "Oh wow," followed by crying, "Moved and honored, thank you Recording Academy," and then this pic again with the caption, 5. She then tweeted, "Please come hold me and grab the Clicquot, Victoria Monet, TB Hits, and Social House. Yes, Ari, and come hug me, Victoria Monet." Ari then shared this heartfelt tweet saying, "Thank you for acknowledging this music my beautiful best friends and I created in just a few weeks together. The acknowledgement is truly enough on its own for me and my heart. Please allow me to bring all of my friends who made this with me so they can make sure my heart is beating." Aww.
And moving on, Liam Payne says he and Harry Styles could put out a mega mix collaboration together. So he said, from the first song off his album, I feel like me and Harry could do a really cool song together. There could be a good mix between the two things because the first song was kind of funky. So I feel like we could break down into some sort of hip hop R&B thing halfway through and have like a little mega mix. So it sounds like he's totally down for a collaboration with Harry, and we are totally here for it.
We will be here waiting for that collaboration.
All right, guys, that is a wrap for this hump day. Don't know where the accent came from, but guys, thank you so much for watching each and every week. What we want you to do right now is answer some questions. I want to know what you think about BTS being snubbed. Were you upset? Let us know in the comment section below.
Yes, and also, I want to know what your thoughts are on Scooter Braun skipping out the AMAs. Do you think it's true that he was always not attending? Do you think he's not attending now because of everything that's happened this week? And do you wish he was attending so that you could see some kind of showdown between him and Taylor Swift? Either way, I think there's going to be a showdown based on what she says or something in the performance, but let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below.
Yes, and we'll be back here tomorrow.
Bye, guys. But wait! Before you go anywhere, catch up on yesterday's episode of DHR if you missed it, because it's a really good one and it's right over here.
It sure is. And also click that subscribe button so then you never miss a single thing. Oh, and click that bell too.
Oh, yeah.